I'll talk to John.
Where's the old man?
Brings you out, so he literally
With my regards.
I will.
I have that phone.
We have 3 reds and 2 reds.
If he had the good shot, he had the good shot.
That's right, Democrats and Republicans.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Barnegat Township's meeting. And we were just waiting for Pastor Ryan, and he just showed up, so we'll get this meeting started. Wait a minute. 1 second, Pastor. I'd like to, you can leave now. No. I'd like to call to order the meeting of the Township Committee for June 3rd, 2013 at 6:30 p.m. Provision of the Open Public Meeting Law.
Pursuant to the requirements of the Open Public Meetings Law, adequate public notice of this meeting has been given. By publication in the required newspapers of the date, time, and location of this meeting more than 48 hours in advance. By posting advance written notice on the official bulletin board in the municipal building. By filing advance written notice with the Township Clerk for the purpose of public inspection.
At this time, I'd like to ask everyone to turn off their pages or phones and put on vibrator off, please. Roll call of officials present.
Committeewoman Taylor? Here. Committeeman Billy?
Here.
Committeeman Masella?
Here.
Deputy Mayor McCabe?
Here.
Mayor Moreno?
Here. Now, Christopher Ryan, Pastor.
Mayor, I'll leave as soon as I get a ride on the fire truck. What if
We can arrange it.
Volunteer firemen, guys and ladies who serve the township, the fire department, bless you. But even now, Lord, as we gather here tonight, we thank you for the protection that these volunteers offer to the community. We thank you for the money that the town actually invests in their equipment. And then most of all, we thank you for the safety that you've provided for this township, which, as I understand it, has been dedicated to God. So with that said, bless this meeting in the name of our Lord and Savior. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you very much. It's good to see you.
Fire trucks, I want to ride.
We can stand for the salute to the flag, please.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And then we'll have the presentation of certificates to the volunteer firemen for their heroic efforts on March 19th in life-saving effort. So if they would come forward, please. Chief. Members.
morning of March 19th, while responding to a fire call, a life member and ex-chief Ed Buckley from Barnegat Fire Company suffered a cardiac event, rendering him unconscious. His fellow firefighters on scene responded with life-saving techniques, providing CPR and using an AED. As a result of their quick actions, they were able to get a pulse back. EMS transported him to Southern Ocean Medical Center and then to Deborah, where he stayed in rehab for several weeks. After a couple of procedures, he's now back with his family and his brothers at Barnegat Fire Company. This evening, we're recognizing firefighter Frank Cadeau and firefighter Pete Toad with the CPR Life Saving Award.
Thank you. Frank, again, thank you. Your efforts, save a good man, for the people of Barnegat, and the complete Township Committee would like to congratulate you.
Their certificates read, firefighter Frank Cadeau, firefighter Pete Toad is recognized for taking quick action and successfully rendering CPR to save the life of a fellow firefighter who went down in the line of duty on the morning of March 19, 2013. Firefighter Frank Cadeau, Pete Toad, is awarded the CPR Life Saving Award on this day, June 3, 2013. Firefighters on the scene. Their certificates will read as follows. Firefighter name and rank is recognized for taking quick action and successfully rendering aid and assisting in saving the life of a fellow firefighter who went down in the line of duty on the morning of March 19, 2013. Firefighter, will insert name, is awarded the Life Saving Award on this day, June 3, 2013. First up, Chief Scott Dougherty.
Thank you again on behalf of the people of Barnegat. Thank you for saving a good friend and a good man. Thank you.
Assistant Chief Bob Lilly. Firefighter Andrew Cantawine. Firefighter James Hammer. Firefighter Matthew Lynch. On a side note, firefighters Pete Toad, firefighter Andrew Cantawine, and firefighter Matthew Lynch had just been sworn in by the mayor about 8 hours before that evening. First night on duty.
On behalf of the people of Barnegat, I want to thank you all for coming and witnessing a good man who's been around on the fire department probably about 30 years or more. 40 years. I lose track. It's going to be 41, remember that. If anyone likes to stay after the meeting and watch our meeting, you're more than welcome to, but I'd get out of here if I were.
I know, I do it by myself. My job, that's what.
Thank you.
Barnegat First Aid Squad, so this did help me.
There's plenty of good help. There's plenty of good help.
You're Morris
Corey.
Corey?
Yes.
Okay. DeBoer contact. They would like to get a copy of. Did you
Oh, yeah.
Okay. They would like to get a copy.
Oh, sure, no problem. It's on YouTube, or I can get you whatever you like.
Okay. The township would know how to contact you.
Yeah, she knows how to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, just contact Sharon.
They called me today.
It's no problem.
They want to do some sort of public.
Whatever you like.
With your permission.
Come on, yeah. That's without even thinking about it. Okay, appreciate it.
Resolution 2013-255.
Resolution authorizing the township committee to retire to closed session for the purpose of discussing personnel, public safety, contractual litigation matters.
Not needed, Mayor.
Good. Motion to table resolution?
So moved. Second.
Roll call. Roll call?
Freeman Taylor? Yes. Freeman Billy?
Yes.
Freeman Masella?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor McCain?
Yes.
Mayor Moreno?
Yes. Mayor's report. A couple of things. First, I want to thank the American Legion and VFW for the ceremonies we had over the weekend. I was proud to say it was a tough walk for myself and Mr. Billy, but he made it. I couldn't hold him up in the parade, but he made it. Yes, he did. And then after that, we went up and had a nice ceremony. A lot of residents showed up, and it was a good day. Also, the day before, we had a nice ceremony at the gazebo with people again, the people of Barnegat coming out and honoring the veterans with the American Legion and the VFW there. So it was quite an ordeal. Also over the weekend, I did a Boy Scout Eagle Scout. Another one of our Barnegat young men became an Eagle Scout. He was a member of St. Mary's Parish, their Boy Scouts. And they're having another one coming up right behind this young man. And the young man also, the person that became Eagle Scout, is graduating on the 20th from Barnegat High School and going to NIT as a scientist. And he also got an award for a nice scholarship. So he said to me that he's going to be the first person on Mars. So I said, well, your mom told me you're already on Mars. I don't understand it. But a very nice young man. So Barnegat is producing, believe me, quite a few young men that are moving up to Eagle Scout. I never realized there was that many of them here. There'll be another 2 or 3 in the next few months to come. So let's all just give a clap for all those young guys. They did good things. Also, I have a report on our enforcement that's been going on to clean up Barnegat. I have, this is for the month of May, 25 rental inspections, 2 road openings. I have 42 letters of interest, which means that there are homes that were empty that we probably had to go out, cut the grass or similar to that, and bill the mortgage company. There were 73 summons issued for the month of May for either backyards, front yards, boats, cars, or whatever it may be. People calling town hall now and telling us where to go and to clean up the property and get things going. So we're on the move, believe me. Also, we had 145 warnings to let people know, and they gave them warnings. So John is out there, code enforcement is out there. They're working hard to get this town back to where it was, and I think we'll be in good shape. So anybody out there, they see anything, any cleaning up has to be done in the neighborhood, just call the zoning officer, and he'll get out there, and if you don't hear from him, call me. Then he'll be out there. But we're working hard, things are working, and people are moving ahead. We had 2 concerts already at the dock. We had a lot of fun. A lot of residents showed up. The first night we got a little gnats came and a few people had to leave, but other than that, we had a real good time. And Saturday night we had a great time again. Just a reminder, all this month they're only in Saturday nights. Starting in July, they're Saturday and Sunday nights, the concerts, up until September. So come on out, have some fun, bring your chair, and as we say down there, come rock at the dock. So come have some fun with us. Thank you. And now go to committee reports. Mr. Billy will go this time.
Hey, I won. That's because I was at the dock and you were
You had
saying.
a red shirt on.
I
That's
had a red, no, I had a green shirt. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. As the Mayor said, we attended the memorial service on Sunday, May 26th at the Gazebo Park, which was very touching, of course, as it always is. And Lenny and I were able to march in the Memorial Day Parade again the next day on the 27th. We also attended the scholarship awards program at the high school on the 30th. You forgot that one.
I forgot that. I was leaving that for Marty.
Yeah, well, that was very, very nicely done. A couple of updates. Number one, Marty and I have found, we'll just hold off on that a little bit, but it's we have found somebody that might be a fit. No promises, no nothing. Bottom Dollar Foods is a fit for size, and I guess you could say it would fit that situation if they are so interested.
It would fit the needs of the town. Sure.
Yeah, so that would be good, and maybe the seniors would buy more than milk, bread, and eggs and stuff like that. So that's another story. But anyway, so that we're working on. The letter went out, and we'll see what happens. It's we were made aware of this company through other people, so we have a network going. The Buy in Barnegat program, I want to thank some residents that actually gave me a Buy in Barnegat hat. I don't know if it fits, but it does work.
Your wife bought that for you?
Some residents brought it up to me and they said that for all the discounts that they got, so they were very happy with that. 825 people picked up cards. We gave out 1,500 cards. We have some preliminary numbers. Roughly, this is from Serpico, Sweet Jenny's, Marchione, a little bit from the diner, the Garden Center, Naples, Lefties. About $10,000 roughly was saved by the taxpayers in all those facilities, roughly. And I have the numbers, the individual numbers, 16, 12, whatever. Some people want to continue it throughout the year. Some people want to have it just now. And I got to say, the clerks in the office, have been outstanding. They did a great job, and I can't say enough for what you guys did. I really appreciate that. And we put together a nice letter. Was the program explained to you? Was the program received well? Was the program understood? Was the program flexible? Would you estimate the increase? We sent that to a whole bunch of questions and comments, and then we put return envelopes for them to get back to us, and we'll see where we go from here, depending on the success. So I think we all should join in the success of that, and maybe that'll help with other companies. Last but not least, some very interesting news. The old Sweet Jenny site. We have an interested party. Interested, I say. Denny's Family Restaurant is very much interested in the Sweet Jenny's property. So we will keep you up to date on that, and we'll see what happens from that point on. Okay, it's just the beginning. All right? And I think that's all I have. I'm sorry, Mayor. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor?
Going to be a little bit lengthy tonight. I apologize. I'll try to talk quick. Let's start with some happy news to begin with. At a previous meeting, the Township Committee approved reimbursement to the American Legion of the $5,000 they contributed to the Pedestrian Safety Fund that was required as a result of the Legion's Planning Board approval. However, despite the reimbursement, the issue of who would be responsible for installation of the sidewalk remained unanswered. I am very pleased to announce tonight that the Township has been successful in securing the commitment that the Walters Development Group will be responsible for the cost of constructing the sidewalk. While the Township will be responsible for obtaining any needed permits, Walters will cover the construction costs of installing roughly 200 feet of sidewalk and curb in front of the American Legion property. Since Walters will be constructing a sidewalk in front of their affordable housing property on Route 9, it only makes sense for them to extend their sidewalk by approximately 200 feet to the north. As a result, not only will there be a sidewalk in this critical area, but the Township will realize a significant savings from this partnership with Walters Development. Let's talk about funding of township services. You may have noted that on the agenda tonight there are 3 ordinances dealing with funding various township operations along with securing resources needed by the municipal workforce and the township public safety volunteers to properly and safely do their jobs. First off, there is a special emergency appropriation of $185,000 needed for the continued effort associated with the township's initial plan endorsement. With the long overdue completion of the township's master plan, along with receiving town center designation, certain work must be accomplished in 2013 in order to maintain our plan endorsement and associated town center designation. This agreement with the state to perform this additional work was reached back in early 2012 when the township was successful with securing town center designations. It is essential that this further work be fully and properly funded to protect the township's investment in this comprehensive planning process. Having a current master plan which reflects the vision of the township with regards to development along with plan endorsement places the community in a strong position to promote smart growth, whether residential or commercial in nature. In addition, there is a bond ordinance in the amount of $680,000 for various water and sewer improvements. I will stress to you that this is the first time the township has incurred any additional debt for the municipal utility since 2006. This improvement and upgraded work is needed in order to maintain the township's water and sewer system. Also, there is a second bond ordinance for municipal operations in the amount of $720,000. This ordinance acquires resources necessary to provide effective, efficient, and safe municipal services to the community. Among those items being funded by this ordinance is a new ambulance along with safety equipment and gear for our firefighters. This township has both a legal and moral obligation to make sure our public safety volunteers have the proper equipment and tools required to perform their jobs properly and safely. Furthermore, this bond ordinance will supplement and match $390,000 in state grant funding for various paving projects in Barnegat. Without this bond ordinance, the township would forfeit this and future grant funding from the state. We need to secure this grant funding and adopt the ordinance this evening. Residents in Settlers Landing and on Hillside Avenue are deserving of newly paved streets with proper drainage and ADA access. Finally, the township has been responsible in managing its debt. Since 2006, the township has decreased its overall debt by $5.7 million and has clearly demonstrated a conservative approach to debt management. And finally, having an opportunity to experience the public meeting process over these last several months, it is becoming obvious to me the need to establish and consistently enforce what I would call rules of conduct with regards to managing a township committee meeting. While Robert Rules provides a framework for which the meeting should be managed, it is important that Robert Rules be consistently and universally applied and enforced. Members of the public have even questioned the consistent application of Robert Rules, especially during the public comment portion of the meeting. Since all comments expressed by members of the public have equal weight and importance, I would like committee consensus on the enforcement of the 5-minute rule for public comment. With this fair and equal allocation of time, all members of the public will be entitled to a respectful and deserving period of time before the Township Committee. In my eyes, all residents of Barnegat are equal and should be afforded the same opportunities to speak and freely express their opinion before this Township Committee. As such, the Township Clerk this evening has a clock that can be used to enforce the 5-minute rule during public comment. I would ask for the consent of the Township Committee this evening to allow the clerk to use the clock during public comment tonight so that all have a fair and equal chance to speak.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Mr. Lasella.
Well, some of these items have been covered already by the other committee members, but I would like to extend my sincere appreciation to the VFW and the American Legion for supporting the Memorial Day service and parade held over the 3-day Memorial weekend. I attended the service at the gazebo on Sunday. It is very important to recognize the ultimate sacrifice made by some so that all can enjoy the freedom we have today. I wish to thank all that attended the special Memorial Day events. We must never forget the dedication of our military with defending freedom around the world. The scholarship evening that we attended, I just want to make a couple comments on that. I had the privilege of attending the annual scholarship held at the Barnegat High School this past Thursday evening. It is difficult for me to express the joy I experience with seeing so many graduating seniors receiving scholarships to help offset the cost of higher education. The amount of scholarships was approximately $300,000. Scholarships help my son pay for some of the costs of college. He is now works for the United States Justice Department as an attorney. I understand firsthand the value of receiving a scholarship and how it makes higher education a reality for those who may not have the financial means to attend college. All who provided scholarships, including my employer, Van Dyke, should be commended for the investment they made in the future of this country by providing financial assistance to Barnegat students who wish to pursue higher education. And it was a great event, and people in our audience now, everyone's invited to attend. And to see these seniors receiving these scholarships, they almost jump out of their seats when they're called up there. So it's really an event to watch. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Mrs. Taylor.
The Robin Hood Foundation. Applications for financial assistance from the Robin Hood Foundation to help victims of Hurricane Sandy are now available from both the Township Clerk's office and online at the Township website. The application is one page and rather straightforward. It is anticipated that requests for assistance will exceed available funding, so I urge anyone interested to complete an application as quickly as possible. Funding will be allocated based on a first-come, first-served basis. Grants to qualifying residents will be in the range of $500 to $2,500 per applicant. The state of New Jersey also recently announced 2 new programs that furnish grants to residents impacted by Hurricane Sandy. $600 million has been allocated to the Homeowner Reconstruction, Rehabilitation, Elevation, and Mitigation Program, which provides up to $150,000 in grants to repair storm-damaged primary homes. Also, an additional $185 million has been earmarked to the Homeowner Resettlement Program, which will provide grants of $10,000 each to each qualifying resident to encourage them to remain in their existing home or to resettle in the same county of their primary residence prior to the storm. There are applications for each program along with certain requirements. And for additional information, please visit the state website at www.state.nj.us. Finally, on Friday, May 24th, the Township rolled out its new and improved municipal website. I'm very impressed with the site's content, appearance, and ease of use. This is a work in progress as we continue to expand upon the information readily available at that site. Launching this new website was a team effort, and I wish to thank the Township Clerk's office, in particular Sharon and Joe Kostecki, for their dedicated work on this project. I firmly believe it was worth the wait. And I'd also like to bring Joe up to discuss what has been done with it and ask Sharon to discuss what we plan on doing in the future to do some more work on it.
Sure.
Sure. Can you explain what the new website looks like?
Use the mic.
Sure. I'll face everybody else. Well, first, it was a pleasure working with you, Sharon, on this, and for your leadership, Elaine, and thank you, Sabrina, on this for your leadership as well. The website, you know, it was a long but exciting process. We have a much cleaner website. You'll see the tabs on the left-hand side with the drop-down menus, and because of the extent of the documents that we put up on there, it makes it much more readily available, and more importantly, it actually reduced cost by man hours for the township because people can access these hundreds of documents that we've uploaded on the website. So transparency, accessibility, and cost saving are a beautiful thing, and the aesthetics of the website are quite nice as well. So from the budget in years to ordinances to resolutions, we're going to be updating the gallery as well. The website is growing stronger, and we welcome any suggestions as well. So come see us at the clerk's office and talk to Sharon as well. So thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Sharon?
Do you want discuss about what we plan on doing?
Thought Joe pretty much covered it all.
Okay.
Other than the photo gallery, we are trying to get the videos of the committee meetings up there on the website, which will come, but it's gonna take us a little while to do it. We're still working on the website. That's about it, so.
By the way, Elaine, I think you guys did a great job. I went on it this morning. You can find everything pretty easy, much easier. It's very nice. So, congratulations. Good job.
Congratulations, too. Excellent work.
And one more thing, Mr. Corey, I'd like to say, first of all, thank you for doing the videotapes. I did check it out on YouTube, they're great quality.
Thank you.
And you had mentioned the other day, or the last time we were here, about thinking outside of the box for the Economic Development Committee, and I'd like to invite you to come to our meeting, which is going to be on the 20th of June at 7 o'clock in the VFW. So if you'd like to give some input, you're more than welcome, although I don't have any positions open. We welcome you.
Be glad to. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Whedon.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd just like to follow up on a couple comments made by Mrs. Taylor regarding financial assistance to our storm victims. With respect to Robin Hood Foundation, that is time sensitive. As you recall, the Township of Ocean and Barnegat were able to secure jointly $150,000 worth of assistance to those residents impacted adversely by the storm. That will be on a first come, first served basis. So I urge any and all residents who think they qualify for the program to submit an application. It's a relatively simple application. And if you feel that you may not qualify for the program, you don't make that call, submit the application, and let the assessing team make a determination on whether or not you qualify and are eligible for the program. With respect to the two state programs recently announced prior to Memorial Day, it's my understanding that both those programs will be accepting applications online, by phone, and in person up to June 30th. At that point in time, they will take all the applications received for both programs and rank them according to certain priorities, and then take an electronic sampling and use that sampling to start awarding the grants to the residents. So even though time is not as crucial or critical as the Robin Hood Foundation, it's important and essential that if you want to apply for either one of those programs or both those programs from the state, do it by June 30th, and that will be the first round of awards shortly thereafter. Getting to the agenda, one more thing with regards to the municipal dock. As the mayor indicated, we've had 2 concerts down there to date. Work at the dock is proceeding. At the last committee meeting, I indicated how pleased the township was with regards to how the work was being conducted down there. It was a joint effort between both public works and private contractors. That effort continues and most likely will continue throughout the balance of the project. I'd like to acknowledge the efforts of the township engineer and his firm in understanding the urgency of completing the dock in a timely fashion and being very receptive to any immediate needs or requests that we have down there. The Friday prior to Memorial Day, we had a safety concern that we saw in the afternoon, and it was quickly abated and resolved as a result of the quick action of the township engineer and his coordinated effort with the private contractor. So again, township is extremely pleased with the progress of the dock. If any of you have witnessed it, it's built to last. And once it's done, it's an asset, it's a facility that the township will be very proud of. Getting to the agenda this evening, on page 2 of the agenda, we have several ordinances up for second reading and public hearing.